It's 3 a.m, you're lying completely still in a dark room, blanket off because even the weight of cotton feels like it's pressing glass into your feet. You did everything you were supposed to do today. You took your medication, you kept off your feet, you elevated your legs before bed, and somehow right now the burning is worse than it was at noon. The tingling is louder, the numbness has that electric edge that makes you want to shake your legs, even though you know it won't help. Here's the thing, that's not random, that's not bad luck, that's not your body being cruel for no reason. There are 3 very specific things happening inside your nervous system after dark that are making this worse. And once you understand exactly what they are, this stops feeling like a mystery you have to just survive and starts feeling like something you can actually respond to. Tonight, I'm going to walk you through all 3, and then I'm going to give you a 10-minute routine. 5 techniques done in bed, no equipment, designed specifically to interrupt each of those mechanisms before they take over your night. Let's start with what's actually going on. Number 1, your body loses its natural pain buffer after dark. During the day, your adrenal glands produce cortisol. That's your body's built-in anti-inflammatory and nerve-calming signal. It doesn't just help you feel alert, it actively suppresses pain signals along damaged nerve pathways. By around 9 or 10 p.m., cortisol drops to its lowest point of the full 24-hour cycle. That drop is normal, it's supposed to happen. But for someone with peripheral neuropathy, where the small nerve fibers in your feet and lower legs are already misfiring, losing that buffer is like removing the padding between your nerves and everything that irritates them. The signals that cortisol was gently dampening all day, they get full volume after midnight. That burning you feel, that's not new damage happening, that's existing damage that's no longer being softened. Number 2, your circulation slows and pools when you go horizontal. When you're upright, even just sitting, gravity helps pull blood through your circulatory system in a way that keeps flow moving through the small vessels that feed your peripheral nerves. The moment you lie flat, that assist disappears. For most people, that's fine. For someone with neuropathy, especially diabetic neuropathy, where those tiny blood vessels feeding the nerves are often already compromised. Reduced circulation means less oxygen and fewer nutrients reaching nerve tissue that desperately needs both. Think of it like a phone charger that's only halfway plugged in. During the day, there's enough contact to keep things going. At night, flat on your back, the connection weakens. The nerves, already irritable, become more so. Number 3, your brain has less to compete with. This one surprises people every time. During the day, your nervous system is constantly processing. Sound, movement, temperature, texture, conversation, all of that sensory input actually competes with and partially masks the pain signals from your feet. It's not that the signals aren't there during the day, it's that your brain is busy. At night, in a quiet dark room, the only input left is what's coming from your feet. The signal hasn't changed. The noise around it has disappeared. It's like turning up the volume on a speaker that was already producing static. The static was always there. The room just got quieter. Now you understand the 3 mechanisms: the cortisol drop, the circulation slowdown, and the quieting of the sensory environment. And here's why that matters. Every technique in this routine is targeting one of those 3 things specifically. This is not a random stretch video. Each piece has a reason. If this kind of breakdown is useful to you, if understanding the why actually makes the difference, hit subscribe. We go deep on nerve health every week, what actually helps, what the research says, and what most people are never told in a 15-minute appointment. Let's get into the routine. The first technique is called diaphragmatic breathing, and I want you to do it first because it addresses the cortisol mechanism directly. When you breathe shallowly, which most people do when they're in pain, You keep your nervous system in a low-grade alert state that suppresses your body's ability to restore its own calming chemistry overnight. Slow, deep belly breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part that says, "The threat is over, begin repair." Here's how. Lie on your back, place one hand on your chest, one on your belly. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts, making sure your belly rises and your chest stays mostly still. Hold for 2 counts. Out through your mouth for 6 counts. Do this for 2 full minutes. If you fall asleep during this, that's a win, not a failure. If you have COPD or any breathing condition, stick to whatever breath depth is comfortable. The ratio matters more than the volume. The second technique is ankle pumping, and this one goes straight at the circulation problem. Remember what happens when you go horizontal. Blood flow to the peripheral nerves slows down. Ankle pumping creates a gentle, muscular pump that drives circulation through the lower leg and foot without requiring you to stand up. Keep lying on your back. Point your toes away from you as far as comfortable. Hold for 2 seconds, then flex them back toward your shins as far as comfortable. Hold for 2 seconds. That's 1 rep. Do 20 repetitions, slow and deliberate. If you have reduced sensation and can't feel exactly where your foot is, watch your feet while you do this, or place your hand lightly on your shin to confirm the muscle is moving. This takes about 2 minutes. It is genuinely one of the most underused tools in this whole space. Most people skip it because it sounds too simple, and that's exactly why it doesn't work for them. The third technique targets the sensory competition mechanism. We're going to give your brain something else to process, so the pain signals from your feet have to share the stage. This is progressive muscle relaxation, starting from your calves upward. Lying on your back, tighten your calf muscles, squeeze them as hard as you comfortably can. Hold for 5 seconds, then release completely, and notice the sensation of release for 10 seconds. Move to your thighs. Squeeze, hold 5 seconds, release, notice. Then glutes, then abdomen, then hands, then shoulders. The release phase is the key, so that flood of sensation after tension gives your brain competing input from across your body, which measurably reduces pain perception. Do 1 full cycle, top to bottom. 2 minutes. The fourth technique is nerve gliding, specifically for the tibial nerve, which is the one running behind your inner ankle that controls sensation across the bottom of your foot. When nerves are inflamed or compressed, they can lose their ability to slide freely through surrounding tissue, which increases sensitivity. Nerve gliding gently mobilizes the nerve without stressing it. Sit up slightly or use a pillow to prop yourself. Extend one leg out in front of you. Flex your foot up toward your shin, then slowly point it down. Now add the neck component. As you flex your foot up, gently lower your chin to your chest. As you point it down, look slightly upward. That full coordinated movement creates a gentle tensioning and releasing of the entire nerve pathway from spine to sole. Do 10 slow repetitions per leg. Stop immediately if this increases sharp pain rather than producing a mild stretching sensation. This one is particularly effective for people whose neuropathy runs up the leg, not just in the foot. The fifth technique is the one I want you to end on: cold, towel contrast on the soles of your feet. Take a slightly cool, not ice-cold, damp cloth and hold it gently against the sole of each foot for 30 seconds. Then remove it for 30 seconds. Do 3 cycles. This works on 2 of the 3 mechanisms simultaneously. It introduces strong new sensory input that competes with the pain signal, and it triggers a mild vascular response that momentarily increases circulation as your body responds to the temperature shift. If you have severely reduced sensation, if you genuinely cannot feel temperature difference on your feet, skip this one and replace it with a second set of ankle pumps instead. Never use ice directly on skin, nothing but matter more than most supplements. First, use a pillow or rolled blanket under your calves, not under your knees, under the soft part of your lower leg, so your heels are slightly elevated. This keeps blood from fully pooling in the foot overnight. Second, keep your blanket from touching your feet directly. A simple way to do this is to drape the blanket so it tents over the foot of the bed, or sleep with just socks and keep the blanket at ankle level. The weight of fabric on hypersensitized nerve endings is a real and unnecessary trigger that most people tolerate without realizing they don't have to. Here's your full routine in sequence. 2 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing, 2 minutes of ankle pumps, 2 minutes of progressive muscle relaxation, 2 minutes of tibial nerve gliding, 2 minutes of cold towel contrast. Then elevate your calves and keep the blanket off your feet. 10 minutes total. The first night you might notice a small difference. After a week of doing this consistently, most people notice a bigger one. This is not a cure. Neuropathy is complex, and managing it takes time and multiple approaches. But this routine interrupts 3 real physiological mechanisms, and that's not nothing. One important note: if your symptoms have suddenly gotten worse, if you've developed new weakness in your legs, sudden loss of sensation in an area that previously had some feeling, or changes in bladder or bowel function, please don't wait on a routine. Call your doctor. Those are signals that need evaluation now, not later. But if your pattern is the familiar one, worse at night, better by morning, the same feat you've been fighting for a while, this is for you. Drop a comment and tell me, what time does it usually start for you? When does the burning kick in? I read every single one.